Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D. Better Off Reading Every Day. Today we have some special friends with us, and we are going to be reading all about them. Today's book is Pound Puppies, Lovable, Huggable, Pick of the Litter, Pound Puppies. And this is a little golden book. And back when this book came out, it says it was 75 cents. So boys and girls, this is going to be good. I can tell already. And I have my Pound Puppy friends with me right here. Pick of the Litter. And it is by Teddy Slater, illustrated by Carol Bowman and Dick Coder. He had the same black muzzle, plum tail, and button eyes as the other puppies in the litter, but it was his fuzzy little left eye that made him special. Instead of standing straight up like his right ear and the ears of his brothers and sisters, it flopped down over his forehead. Penny Pierpoint had never seen anything like it. He instantly stole her heart. He looks just like a little bear, she cried. I think I'll call him Grizzly. Now, Penny, her father warned, don't get attached to these puppies. They're valuable show dogs, not pets. As soon as they're old enough, we'll sell them all. All but that one, said Penny's mother, glowing at the grizzly. We'll be lucky if we can give him away. As time went by, the 6 puppies got bigger and cuter. Penny couldn't help but love them. One afternoon, Mrs. Pierpoint sold the biggest puppy. By the end of the week, only one pup remained, Grizzly. Penny worried and wondered when he, too, would be gone. Penny was relieved when her mother finally declared, well, it seemed no one wants this crooked-eared dog. If her parents couldn't find another home for Grizzly, Penny thought, they'd surely keep him for themselves. But Penny's father added, I guess we'll just have to take him to the pound. Penny cried all the way to the pound, where she bade Grizzly a tearful goodbye. Don't worry about the dog, Miss Pierpoint said. He'll make lots of new friends here. But I'll miss him, Penny wailed. You'll get over it, Mrs. Pierpoint said. Penny didn't get over it. In fact, each day she missed Grizzly more. She felt as if she'd lost her best friend, and it was all her parents' fault. They'll be sorry, Penny vowed as she packed her little suitcase. I'll show them. Back at the pound, Grizzly was lonesome for Penny. But when he was taken to his new quarters, things seemed a little better. He was welcomed there by an amazing group of dogs, the Pound Puppies. This group had one goal, finding homes for lost and stray pups. The leader of the gang was Cooler. Let me introduce you to my friends, kid, he said to Grizzly. They're the best doggone bunch of dogs you'll ever have the pleasure of meeting. One by one, the Pound Puppies stepped forward to shake paws with Grizzly. First, there was Kroger, the gang's supply chief. He had a knack for uncovering treasures in the unlikeliest of places. Next came the Nose, the puppy's director of information. She seemed to know everything that was going on inside and out the pound. It happens. You just bend down and pick it up and turn it to the page that it goes to. And then there was Barkerville, the cruise mission coordinator. He did all the planning necessary for the placement of puppies in new homes. Before long, Cooler and the gang had become a second family to Grizzly, but he still couldn't forget his real family. It was the Nose who overheard the news in the Pound Supervisor's Bigelow's office. Penny ran away from home early this morning, she told Grizzly. The police and her parents have been searching for hours, but no one's seen or heard from her yet. They think she may be hurt or lost. I've got to find her, Grizzly cried, racing wildly around. But first, I've got to get out of here, he added after bouncing off the pound's locked door. No problem, Cooler replied. I think I have a plan. We'll help you find your friend. All the pups listened as Cooler outlined his idea. All right, he said when he finished explaining. Kroger, you get the catnip. Nose, you make sure Catgut gets a good whiff of Kroger. Barkerville, you map out the route. And Grizzly, you make sure you're in the shower room at 8 o'clock. This is kind of fun, Kroger thought, rolling around in the catnip he'd fetched from the Pound Supervisor's desk. Just in time, he thought, as the Supervisor Bigelow's mean Catgut came tearing down the hall, chased by the Nose. Huffing and puffing behind was Supervisor Bigelow. You leave that sweet little kitty alone, you Mandy Mutt, Bigelow threatened the Nose, or I'll sock your big snout. Then Bigelow saw the Catgut was up to, and his jaw dropped open in amazement. No cat had ever hated dogs more than Catgut, yet there the cat was, rubbing up against Kroger's, purring blissfully and trying to lick the scavenger's face. Get that creature off me, Kroger howled. I just don't get it, Bigelow muttered in confusion. Then he spied the open tin of catnip on his desk. I'm not sure what you clowns are up to, Bigelow grumbled at the two dogs, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Grabbing Kroger by the collar, he snarled. You come with me. You're getting a bath now. Like it or not, Kroger pretended to put up a little fight. Everything was going according to schedule. In another minute, he'd be in the shower room exactly as planned. In the shower. Bigelow plopped Kroger into the tub and started pouring soap flakes over him. Grizzly arrived just as Catgut crept quietly into the shower room, nose twitching at Kroger's catnip scent. Catgut took a flying leap into the tub. Itchy and Screechney, the Pound guard dogs, got into the act, and then it was all hissing and spitting and biting. While Bigelow struggled to get the soap out of his eyes, the Pound Puppies sprang into action. Cooler pried the grating off the big drain pipe in the middle of the floor. Follow me, he cried, diving in. Grizzly, the Nose, Barkerville, and Kroger plunged after him. Following Barkerville map and Gridley's hunch, the pups finally came up near a little pond just outside of town. The pound was in a park where Grizzly and Penny had spent many hours together. Many happy hours together. And sure enough, there under a big oak tree was Penny. She had fallen asleep in the afternoon sunshine and had awakened to a dark, scary world. Afraid to stay and even more afraid to leave, she'd been sitting there for hours, not knowing what to do. Grizzly gently licked the tears from her cheeks. Then he and his new friends took her home. It was well past midnight when the Pierpoints returned from their search of Penny. They could hardly believe their eyes when they found her curled up on the living room floor, fast asleep with her very best friend. They woke Penny up and heard her story, and they decided to keep Grizzly in the family forever. It was another job well done for the Pound Puppies. The end of Pound Puppies, huggable, lovable, pick of the litter. Boys and girls, it is Miss Reynolds with B.O.R.E.D. And I chose this story because I loved Pound Puppies when I was little. And I don't know if you even know what a pound puppy is. You probably think it's when you go to the pound and pick up a puppy. But there's a whole series of them, and they are absolutely, like it says, lovable and huggable. And here are two right here. And another one over there, and 3 Pound Puppy books. So if you get a chance, I think you should definitely check them out. Because if you love puppies, you will love Pound Puppies, the books and the stuffed animals. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I do not own the rights to any of these books that I read to you, but I love storytelling magic. And the magic of this story today was a girl who loved a puppy, who wasn't exactly what everybody considered perfect, but he was absolutely perfect for her. And even though he was given away, he found his way back to her. And that is what love is all about. It's not perfect. Giving it away doesn't stop it from happening, and it will always come back to you. Love just goes in a circle. You spread it, it gets all over you, and it always comes back to you in one form or another. And that's exactly what I've always been trying to do with you here. Spreading love through storytelling magic and sharing all of these tales with you. So I'm sure some of you have puppies at home and full-grown dogs, and I'm sure, you know, you've gotten them maybe from the pound, you've got them as a gift, you've got them various different ways. But at the end of the day, having a puppy and caring for a puppy is love. They love you and you love them. You're the best thing to happen to them, and they're the best thing to happen to you. So enjoy being a puppy owner. I once was, and it wasn't something I planned, but Saratoga came into my life, and my life has never been the same since. And I think of her every single day. So to all the dog lovers out there and puppy lovers out there, new owners, old owners, owners from way back when, people who are thinking about it, this one goes out to you. Puppy love, Pound Puppies, from B.O.R.E.D with Miss Reynolds. Wait a minute. We can't leave any story without... What do we always do at the end of our stories? Oh, yeah. Let me let you get a close-up of them. Here they are. Oh, there it goes. There they go. And here is the third one. And here is my one right here. Hello, hello. Woof, 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 woof. Nice, right? That's what I'm talking about. Puppy love all over the place.
At the Board house, at your house, somebody's house, there's puppy love going on. And at the Pound. Ready?
All right, let's do this. Board twirl. See those puppies twirling around? Then take it off, spin it around. Puppies, puppy love. Pound, puppy love. There they go. There you go. There you go. Bye. Say bye, boys. Bye.